Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do my review of Married at First Sight, Beantown Wedding Throwdown. What the heck? What does that mean? I have no clue. This is season 14, episode 3. This episode should have been called Hitting the Wine Glasses or Liar Liar Pants on Fire. I'm going to save Alyssa and Chris for last because it's just a whole bunch going on with that. So I'm going to save them for last. So the first couple we're going to talk about is Noy and Steve. So last episode we saw Noy waiting with her father to walk down the aisle, and the producer told her that they were ready for her, and she kind of freaked out a little bit. She was like, "What? Now? Are you ready? Oh gosh, I thought I had more time." But she got herself together, and her dad walked her down the aisle. And while she was walking down the aisle, she's holding her dress up with one arm, and she's holding this huge bouquet that covers the whole of the front of her dress. And she's walking like this, and he's hanging onto her arm. So it looked weird to me. It looked weird, and it seemed like the same florist did everybody's bouquet, because everybody had these huge. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. I can't remember what everybody's looked like, but I know um Alyssa did, and Katina did, and Noy did. They had these huge bouquet that covered up the top part of their dress. So all you saw was head, bouquet, and the dress. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But anywho, she gets down to the aisle, and when Steve saw her, when they saw each other, they both smiled. So I guess they like what they saw. And I have a problem with Steve. Okay, Steve has no job. He should have not applied for this show without a job. They should never allow him to apply for the job, to apply to the show without a job. That's a pet peeve. I didn't like that. Now he's a free spirit. What is this free spirit nonsense? What does that mean? Can you be a free spirit and have a wife, kids, a job, a 9-to-5 job? What is a free spirit? Free spirit means you just get up and do whatever the hell you want. You can't do that when you have a wife, kid, job, 9-to-5 job, and when you have responsibilities. So I don't understand what this free spirit thing is. So I'm not a fan of Steve at all. And Steve did not shave. He did not shave. His face was scraggly, but nobody else seemed to notice it. Nobody seemed to care but me. Why? I don't know why I care, but it didn't look good. I didn't like it. I'm not a fan of Steve. And him and Noy probably will make it. They like each other. They think each other look good. But anywho, let's get back to it. All right, so when Noy gets in front of him, she asks him his name, his first name, and he gave her his first name and last name, and apparently his last name rhymes with her first name. And I think pastor Calvin, whatever his name is, he said that their names, her last his last name rhymes with her first name, whatever. Okay, so the officiant reads what Noy's people wrote about her. He reads that to Steve, and they talk about her alter ego called Noy, where she wears a wig. We saw her in a clip. She had a short wig on and this cute little dress on, dancing. I like her alter ego. I think she's cute. And when the officiant mentions her childhood, she got a little teary. She got a little emotional. So the officiant reads what they wrote about Steve, what Steve's friends and family wrote about him. And they didn't write anything, special or out of the ordinary. But then Noy reads her vows, yada yada yada, and then Steve reads his vows, yada yada yada. They exchange rings, and Steve, after they exchange rings, Steve gives her a lollipop ring. And I'm glad that lollipop ring was in a bag and didn't just pull it out of his pocket with lint all over it. But she liked the lollipop ring. She thought it was cute. She thought it was funny. She liked it. Then the officiant pronounces them man and wife. Steve asks for a kiss, and Noy says yes. I keep calling her Noise. Noy says sure, and they kiss. They walk back down the aisle, not holding hands because she has a huge bouquet in one hand and she's holding up her dress with the other hand. So they did not hold hands while walking back down the aisle. Then we see him walking behind her, holding up her dress, which is a pet peeve for me. It's a pet peeve. No designer designs a dress and says, yes, this is my vision, and I'm going to see the man walking behind her holding up her dress. No, that's ridiculous. The train of the dress is supposed to drag, it's supposed to spread out and drag. That's the beauty of the train. It drags and it's spread out and it's beautiful. A man is supposed to be holding it up like this, crumpled up like this, walking behind her. How does that look? That looks ridiculous. It looks stupid. I hate it. Hate it. So they're by themselves and they're popping champagne. They toast and they drink and they're chit chatting. And then Steve says to the camera, he's attracted to his wife. He thinks she's beautiful. He also feels a little chemistry. And Noy, she's talking to the camera. She says he is sweet and he's funny. I guess she says he's funny because he gave her a lollipop ring. That's funny to her. It's all right. It's cute. It's all right. Okay, next we see them walking and holding hands. And thank God, she got rid of that stupid, ugly bouquet. And her train has a loop that she can put on her wrist and hold it up. So Steve doesn't have to walk behind her, holding up her dress bunched up like this. Thank you. Trains usually have a string attached to it that you can walk, and hold, it's being held up. Or you can detach it. My wedding dress, you could detach the train from the dress and it becomes a long, straight dress. I'm pretty sure all of the dresses have that because no designer wants a man walking behind you with your dress bunched up in your hands like this. That's ridiculous. So finally, we saw somebody doing it correctly. Maybe the producer, maybe somebody, I don't know, maybe somebody, one of her friends or somebody said, this is the way you should do it, and told her how to do it, because, come on now, really? Anywho, what was next? Okay, Noy meets Steve's mother and father. Noy and her mother, they think Steve is handsome, and they go and take pictures. And later on, Noy changes into her traditional garb, and it looks good. I like it. And she asks Steve if she can put a sash on him. She called it a pabian, like a pabian. And she explains to him what it means. It's just it's just something you wear for celebrations. Next, Noy and Steve slow dance. And then we see Noy and Steve sitting at their table and they're eating and they're talking. And Noy asks Steve, what does he do for work? Dun, dun, dun. Steve says he worked as a sales engineer. He said that is what he was doing prior to December. We don't know what month they're in, but it looks they're in Boston and they're not cold. No, we don't see snow. We don't see jackets and coats and scarves and gloves. So it's warm weather. But he said prior to December, he said around that time he got laid off. So that seems like it's over a year now. I don't know how long it's been. He said prior to December he got prior to December. So that means after December he got laid off. And now it's cold, it's warmer weather. So maybe, I would say maybe a year. I don't know. I can't tell the time frame. So he says prior to December, he said around that time he got laid off. So he went on a road trip for 4 months. I would say maybe he's been laid off for a year because he's gone on a trip for 4 months. I don't know. Okay, in her confessional, Noy says, it sounds like Steve is in between jobs. She said she was surprised. Of course she's surprised. You didn't think people come on the show with no job, right? She said, but he sounds like somebody that would figure it out. And she says it sounds temporary, so she's not really concerned about it. Well, that's a positive attitude to take, Noy, and I hope you are right. Next, we see Noy and Steve dancing, and they're partying with their guests. And they're having a good time. Then we see Noy's brother, I think his name is Michael. He's talking to Steve, and he asks Steve, what's going to happen tonight? What? That's none of your business. Noy is a grown woman, and she's married now. She's married now. Is that how they say it? She's married now. What? And he looked like he's about 19. He's a younger brother. Mind your business, puppy. Go away. What if he had said to him, we are going to consummate our marriage? That's what's about to happen tonight. What if Steve had said that to him? What would he do? What can he do about that? Nothing. Go sit down, puppy. Go sit down. I hate when people get all nosy all up in your business. Grown folks' business. What the hell? Okay. Noah and Steve are leaving their reception. They are holding hands, and Steve is high-fiving people. But I'm jealous of them. They get to ride in a horse-drawn carriage. I've always wanted to go ride in a horse-drawn carriage. I'm so jealous. Okay, so Noy and Steve, they get to their hotel room, and Steve picks up Noy and carries her into the room. Noy and Steve they lying on the bed, on their backs. I guess they laid back. They threw themselves back because the bed was covered with petals. Threw themselves back in the bed, and they're laying there with their shoes on. And then we see them, they're drinking champagne, and then next they get ready for bed, and they cuddle. And that's the end of Noy and Steve. Next up is, oh my gosh, Elijah, Juan, and Katina. Lord of mercy. Okay. So we see Elijah, Juan, and Katina taking pictures. I'm going to talk badly about their outfit. I have pictures, but my pictures are in my computer somewhere. But anyway, Katina's wig is too long. Her wig is all the way down past her hip bone, it looks like to me. And the mesh in between her breasts does not match her skin tone. They could have just cut that out. That mesh does not need to be there. It's not even showing cleavage. It doesn't need to be there. It needs to go away. They need to cut that out. And you can't see her figure in her dress. Her dress poofs out like this. You can't see her figure in her dress. I don't like that dress. It makes her look big. And Elijah Juan, through the whole time, his bow tie has been crooked. The whole time. He has, sister-in-laws, brothers, friends, mother, a new wife, and nobody decide to fix his bow tie for him. Nobody. He can't see it. I mean, how is he going to see it? He can't see it. But none of those people fix his bow tie for him. It's been crooked the entire time. It's annoying to me. It looks like one of those clown ties that spins around. Shh. That's what it looks like to me. It looks horrible. I don't like it. And his jacket just hangs straight down instead of curving towards his body. It just hangs straight down. The first suit he tried on was, it looks so good. And he even said it. He goes, I look like James Bond. He looked amazing. So I don't know where he got this white ugly jacket from. It's too white. It's blinding me. And it doesn't fit him good. It doesn't fit. And his pants legs was crinkly, and he should have nice pants like that fit his thighs, fit his legs. Just like, what's his name? Michael. Jasmina. Michael. His suit was amazing. It fit him great. So they kiss up quite a few times. They enjoy kissing each other. He says her lips are juicy. And in one of his pictures, he picks her up. But her dress is so big you can't even see him. All you can see is his head because her whole body covers him because her dress is so huge. Excuse me. And when he picks her up, she looked like if she was to tilt her head back, that way we just slide right off. Wigs is too long. That's just too long. Come on. And he has facial hair. And the facial hair takes up a whole bunch of his cheek right here. And then he has a mohawk. So the side is shaven. So it looks funny because the hair on his face doesn't connect with the sideburns. So it just looks funny to me. It looks crazy. It looks weird to me. I don't like it. Okay, so next thing we see them slow dancing. And then after that, they're sitting at their table and they're eating. And of course, the producer told the guests to hit the wine glass, ding, 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 for them to kiss, for the couple to kiss. And every single couple did that because you can tell that the producers told them to do it. So that's why I said this should be called hitting the wine glass, because they did that. Every single couple did that. So after the guests hit the utensils with the glass, they kissed. And they chit chat. They seem to be getting along. And then they talked about cooking. And Elijah One lied. Elijah One said he can cook. That's why this should be called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire. Elijah One cannot cook. Was it last episode we saw him putting meat on a grill and he couldn't even do that? His brothers and friends had to tell him how to do that. He couldn't even do that. Put freaking meat on a grill. And he had the nerve to tell her he can cook. Lies, 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 lies. Then he asked her if she can cook, and she said she can cook, but she can't cook anything elaborate. So then we see him telling the cameras that we're going to have to learn how to cook. Who is we? Both of them together? Or is he trying to talk about her? Because Elijah One, all I can say to you, if you want a hot meal, learn how to cook yourself. You marry this girl, what if she gets sick? What if she has to go out of town for a couple of weeks or something? What are you going to do? Starve? Learn how to cook, hon. Learn how to cook. Stop relying on other people to cook your food for you. Ridiculous. Anywho, I thought you said if your wife couldn't cook, it was a deal breaker, and she wasn't a wife. Now you're talking about we're going to have to learn to cook. Get out of here. Out of here. Lies. The lies they tell. Mm-hmm. And I saw previews, and it seems like Katina was doing something shady. I was the one who was getting mad and yelling at her. I don't know what that was all about, but I can't wait to see what's going on with that. So they cut their cake, and Elijah One is shocked, happily shocked, that the cake is a carrot cake. His eyes bulged out of his head. He's a carrot cake. I like carrot cake too, but damn, I mean, really? You gonna act that way over carrot cake? He act like he saw gold. I would act that way if I saw some gold. But okay. So Katina smashed the cake in his face, and I think it was planned because he closed his eyes and then she smashed the cake in his face. She like smashed it right here and said, I don't like all that smashing cake in faces. I know one thing, for a woman, you get your hair done, you get your makeup done, and that crap costs money. And then somebody smash cake in your face? No, not happening that. That won't be happening. So let me see, where are we? Okay, we see Katina sitting down with Elijah One's brother and groomsmen. And she's telling them about herself, and she's asking them questions about Elijah One. Now, Elijah One's brother, I think his name is Sean, he tells Katina that Elijah One is going to try to mold her into being what the type of woman he wants her to be. And that's not nice. Why would you say that? Why would you say that about your brother? I don't think those two get along. Because, let me see. Last episode, when Elijah was having his crying fit, Elijah One's brother was in the next room laughing at him and making fun of him. Oh, he's hitting him now. He's hitting him. Was making fun of him. That's not what a brother does. And Elijah One chooses his friend's shoulder to break down on, not his brother's. So I don't think those two get along together at all. And now he's bashing him to his new wife. I don't think those two get along. And maybe they don't get along because maybe Sean is jealous of Elijah One. Because they both have the same facial hair. But Sean has no hair up here. And you can, it's shaved off, but you can see where the receding, the shadow of the receding hairline was or is. But let me tell you, Sean, even though you have no hair on your head, and Elijah One has hair on his head, I still think you're better looking than he is. I still think you're more attractive. So don't be jealous, babe. It's no, you don't need to be jealous. Don't be bashing the poor man to his wife. Don't do that. That's not cool. Anyway, what's happened next? Let's see what happened next. So Elijah One goes to sit down with Katina's mom And it was a shit show. It was a shit show. It was a disaster. He calls Katrina, to her mother. And she corrected him. She goes, "It's not Katrina, it's Katina." He's like, "Katina, okay, Katina, okay." Stop. Oh my God, what happened next? Then he told her he had ADHD. And she said, "Are you on medication?" And he said, "Oh, I can control it. I control it. Yeah, I can control it." And then he gets to talking and 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 talking. And she's just sitting there. But then it looked like she was rude to him. It looked like she said, "Oh, look over there, a rabbit," and got up and walk away. But those producers will make you think. They'll edit some crap and make you think that people are being rude or something. I don't think she was rude to him. It looked like she was rude to him and got up and walked away. But I don't think she was rude to him. Anyway, then we see Elijah Juan doing what he does best. He's stripping. He loves to take off his clothes. Every time we see him, he has his shirt off. Every time we see him, and that's exactly what he's doing. Katina's sitting in a chair, and he's stripping for her. He's taking it off. He's taking it off. And dancing and lifting up his shirt and showing her his tattoo on his abs. And having a good old time. That's his element. He's in his element. And she's like, ah. And he's in his element. He's having a good time. And then they showed us Katina's mom's face. She was like, I don't think Katina's mom liked him. I don't think so. And I wouldn't like him either. I don't want to see that. Why would you want to see that? Do that in the privacy of your bedroom. I'm a prude. Do that in the private. I don't want to see that. But Elijah One was in his elements. That's what he does. He takes his shirts off. He takes his shirt off. And Katina seemed impressed. She seemed like she liked it. So hey. Okay, so later she talks to her bridesmaids about plans for that night. And she said there's gonna be no hanky-panky. And Katina said there probably won't be no hanky-panky for another month. The lies. The lies. That's why this episode should be called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire. No hanky-panky for a month. Come on, girl, please. And then we see Elijah One. He's basically telling his groomsmen and brothers that if his wife wants to get freaky, then he'll give her what she wants. He will give her freaky. I don't think she's going to want to be freaky. I think she's maybe a little bit of a prude like I am. Yeah. I don't think they're matched sexually. Yeah, I don't think they're a good match at all, but definitely they're not a good match sexually. And I said this the very first episode when the expert matched them, that these two aren't a good match. They're not a good match. Her bridesmaid said that he is going to put his face in it. That's tacky. Katrina's expression was like, oh, she couldn't believe her bridesmaid said that. She's a little bit of a prude like I am, I think. Yeah, I think she's a little bit of a prude. Okay, so Katina and Elijah One are leaving their reception, and the guests, it looks like they're throwing streamers at them, and look like they got into an SUV that's probably an Uber. I don't know. It didn't look fancy or anything. It just looked like maybe it was an Uber. So they get to their room, and Elijah One picks up Katina and takes her into the room. Elijah One pours champagne, and Katina, and they pour champagne, they drink, and they kiss, and they kind of look good together. But too bad it ain't gonna last. So we see Elijah One at one point laying on the bed in his underwear, and his underwear looks stained. It looked like grease stained. Why didn't he get some new underwear for the show? He wants his new wife to see him in these old raggedy stained up underwears, and he had the nerve to have them on with camera rolling. Come on, baby. So he says what she wants to do, he's down for. Whatever she wants to do, he's down for. So they get into bed, and then they're kissing. And then the scene goes off. It's for Elijah One and Katina. Not Katrina. Katina. All right. Next is Mark and Lindsay. So we see Mark and Lindsay. Let's speed up a little bit. We see Mark and Lindsay sitting at their table, and the guests start to hit their wine glass. That's why I said it should be called hitting the wine glass with their utensil. Lindsay thought someone was about to give a speech because they do that too when they want to get someone's attention. So she thought somebody was going to give a speech. But they told her, no, we want you guys to kiss. And they've been kissing on throughout the whole thing, so they did kiss. They're chatting, getting to know each other better, and of course they look like they're getting along. In his confessional, Mark says he wants to see a calmer, loving Lindsay. Next, we see Mark talking to Lindsay's father and brother, and they talk about Lindsay. Her father says Lindsay is very kind and she has a good heart. She will buy lunch for a homeless person. I think she's like that. She seems like that type of person. He said, let her know you have her back and you will definitely want her in your corner. Then he said, you don't want her as your enemy. And the father said, we support Lindsay no matter what. Those are good things to say about your your daughter. I like that. Mark tells them a little bit about his family. He told the father that he wanted to ask for permission to marry his daughter. And the father said, I'll give you permission. Even though they're married, he said, I'll give you permission. And it was really touching. They welcomed him into the family. And now he has a brother and a father because he has no father and he has no brother. He's the only child. And they all hugged it out. That was a good scene. I teared up a little bit. And I said from the very first review that these two would make it. And they will. If they both want it, they'll make it. Because they don't have hang up about it. They're not, they look like real people. Real jobs, real lives. They don't look like models and, they look like just real people with real jobs trying to find a husband and a wife and settle down and have kids and down to earth. Lindsay's a little brass, but I don't think she's that way all the time, So I think they'll make it if they try hard enough. Or if they really want to, they can make it. That's what I think anyway. So Mark and Lizzy cut the cake. And Mark is cutting the cake like this. He has the knife. The knife is like this. And he's holding the knife like this. So he's holding the blade part. Holding it like this. I don't think it's a sharp knife because it looks like a bread knife. But still, it's still a knife. And he's holding it like this and like this. Like this and like this. So like this and like this. He's holding the blade part and he's doing this. Like he's sawing wood or something. I'm like, is that cake that hard? It looks like he's about to cut himself. And then Lindsay's there with the plate trying to catch the piece that he's cutting. And she looked like he's gonna bring it down on her hand and chop her hand off. That's what it looked like. It doesn't look safe. It doesn't look safe to me. Next we see Lindsay talking to three attractive women, friends of Mark. They all look like they're married. They're probably wives to the groomsmen or wives to Mark's friends. And she wants to know if Mark is called the shark because he is a shark under the covers. Lindsay said Mark's ring was big, so that was good. So she's correlating his finger to something else because his fingers are big. So anyway, we see Mark and Lindsay leaving in the limo, and she is laying in his lap. She has her head in his lap. And next thing we see, they get to the room, and Mark is carrying Lindsay. When they get into the room, they are both drinking bottle. Why did the producer had every single groom lift up his bride and brings her over the threshold in that seedy hotel? You're supposed to do that when you go to your house. You're supposed to pick up the bride and carry her over the threshold to the house, not to a seedy motel. If that's the case, then he's supposed to pick her up and bring her over every single threshold then. The threshold to the reception hall, the threshold to the bathroom. I mean, that's supposed to be when you get to your house, you bring them over the threshold. I'm going to research that and say, what is the reason you pick the bride up and bring her in over the threshold? It's to the house that you're going to be living in, the home that you're going to be living in. It's not through a seedy hotel doorway. They went through several doorways throughout the entire evening when they were married. So why the hotel room? I I'm going to research that and find out why you pick up the bride and bring her over the threshold. I think you're supposed to do it at your home. When you go to the home for the first time as a married couple, that's when you pick her up and bring her into the home, into the... Anywho, they all had to do it. The producers made them do it. Okay? Okay, so he carries her into the room. When they get into the room, they both drink bottled water out of champagne flutes. Why? I don't know. Then they get ready for bed, and they get into bed, and Mark is trying to spoon with Lindsay, and she like she don't want nothing to do with him. She says, I'm tired, but he's trying to spoon with her. And that was the end of Lindsay and Mark. Next is Michael and, oh my God, Michael and Jasmina. Michael. That's such high hopes for Michael. Okay, here we go. Okay, we see Michael and Jasmina sitting at their table. The guests hit the wine glass again for them to kiss. My sister don't like when I do that. Anyway, and Jasmina leans over to get the kiss, and Michael goes like this. He takes gum out of his mouth. He's chewing gum. He's chewing gum because he wants to keep his breath fresh. Does he have a breath problem? Is that what it is? So after she kisses him, guess what he does? He puts the gum right back into his mouth. Oh my God. Who does that? A child does that. I did it when I was a child. I used to blow bubbles. I used to pop the gum. I used to take the gum out, ring around my finger. My God. Anyway. That is not cute. That's not sick. That's tacky, Michael. Please. He puts the gum right back in his mouth. Childish. I was rooting for Michael. Okay, so then they talk about his schedule. And Jasmina is not happy with his work schedule, and neither am I. Michael, if you don't have time for a wife, don't get a wife. Don't do it. Michael says he is up at 4 and gets home 7:30. Now, I'm not good at math, but isn't that over 15 hours? That's about 15 hours, right? So the only time she'll be able to spend time with him is on the weekends. Maybe. So we see them cutting the cake, and they're having a hard time cutting this cake. Both of them have both hands trying to cut the cake. The cake is supposed to be one hand, her hand, and his hand on top of each other with a knife, and they just go down together. Boom, cut the cake. They got his hand, they got her hand, and they're both trying to cut. What in the world? And then they're trying so hard, they lift the cake up off the other layer. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with these cakes. But their cake looked like 101 Dalmatians. It had like black things. It was white and had black things all over it. Next, Jasmina talks to Michael's sister, and they tell her about losing their mother. They give her a breast cancer pin because everybody is wearing a breast cancer pin on their side of the family is wearing a breast cancer pin. So they give her one. That was really nice and really touching. But you could tell that scene, the cake scene happened first. No, that scene happened first. And then the cake scene happened because while she was cutting the cake, you could see the pin on her. So the producers, they're editing, and they're editing backwards or whatever. I don't know what they were doing when they were editing. Jasmina tells them a little about her family, and Michael talks to Jasmina's stepmother and stepfather. And I'm glad he's not chewing that damn gum anymore. Or maybe he isn't, he just put it on his tongue, I don't know. But he didn't make an appearance again. Her stepfather told Michael that if he bullies Jasmina, then he's going to have to talk to him. Bullies? Where I come from? Anywho. And then the stepmother gave Michael some good advice about communication. So next we see clips of all the couples. They're dancing and throwing their bouquets. And we see Michael going up under Jasmina's dress to get the garter. And she had to tell him, no, other leg. I guess he was going up the wrong leg. Oh, no, other leg. But it's dark under there. He can't see, poor baby. So he gets the garter off her legs and throw it down to the floor. Like he's supposed to throw the garter to the groomsman, the single groomsman. He takes it off her legs and throw it down to the floor. Like he did something great. Come on, man. I don't think Michael works too much. I don't think he socialized enough. He doesn't get out enough. First he drank without toasting. Then he's chewing gum. Gotta take the gum out to kiss, and then put the gum back in his mouth. Then he doesn't know what to do with the guard after he takes it off of her leg. Yeah, Michael needs to socialize some more. He needs to quit working so much and socialize more. Need to balance it out, Mike. So we see Michael and Jasmina. They're leaving, and they're outside, and their guests are standing on the sides, and they each have a fire starter, those sparkly things that, just you light them and they sparkle out, and everybody's standing there holding ones like a halo, and they're supposed to walk through it. Not me. Those things. What if that thing fall on in your hair and catch your hair on fire, or your clothes, or your skin, burn your skin up? I wouldn't have no fire starter, fire lighter. Nope, they wouldn't be doing that. Not at my wedding. I'm not getting burnt up. And then when somebody burn you, what they gonna do? Say sorry after you're all burnt up. Say, sorry. So they walk through the thing, and Mike looks scared. He's like this. You look scared. I'll be scared too. I would be scared too. So Jasmina and Michael, they get to their room, and Mike struggles to pick her up. When he went bent to pick her up, he said, "Ooh!" He grunted when he picked her up. He struggled to pick her up. Poor Michael. Then he carried her into the room. She's too heavy. He carried her into the room. And then they both get ready for bed. And Jasmina goes to bed with it looked like a ski cap. Goes to bed with a ski cap. But she had her lashes on. And Mike was wearing a wife beater. And they're laying in bed, and she said, "Do you want to cuddle?" And he said, "Yes." And then she had to scoot over to him to cuddle with him. What is going on with Michael? He doesn't take the initiative to do anything. And she said, "We want to cuddle?" He just said yes and cuddle up with her. He said yes, and he just lays there. So she had to scoot over to cuddle up to him. He takes the initiative for nothing. He doesn't know how to do anything. He's never ever going to say, "I love you" first. He's never going to say, "I like your dress." He's never ever going to say, "Can I have a kiss?" He's never ever going to say, "Let's have sex, let's make love." He's never going to initiate anything because I think he's afraid of getting his feelings hurt. He's afraid of rejection. And I don't think he ever had to do that because his sister spoiled him rotten. They just give him what he wants and don't ask him, "Do you want this or do you want..." I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. What is wrong with this man? He just lays there. He's just there. Boom. They hit the wine glass for him to kiss her, and he's just there chewing his gum. And then she leans over to kiss him. Then he has to take the gum out of his mouth, and then she has to go in for the kiss. Then he puts the gum back in his mouth. He takes her garter off. He doesn't even know which leg, because he probably don't even know what a garter is. So he doesn't know which leg to go for the garter. He takes the garter off. He doesn't know he's supposed to throw it to the groom, so he throws it down to the floor. He doesn't initiate anything. He doesn't know how to do anything. He just knows how to work out. Okay, that's what he's a personal trainer. He doesn't know anything. I don't know. If she doesn't mind initiating everything, then it may work. But I was rooting for him. I said that him, Michael and Jasmina would make it, and I said Lindsay and Mark would make it. Those are the only two I said would make it. Now, Michael and Jasmina, the only way they'll make it is if she doesn't mind taking the initiative. Some women don't mind, but if she doesn't mind doing that, then they'll work. But no, no. When it's her birthday, he's not gonna get her anything. She's gonna have to say, "Mike, tomorrow is my birthday. Please go get me some flowers, some candy, whatever she wants." She's gonna have to tell him everything. Boom, 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 boom. He's not going to take the initiative to do anything. And I'm so disappointed in him because I just knew he was going to make it with her. I just knew it. Anywho, let's go on to Chris and Alyssa, the very last couple. Wow. Okay, here we go. We see Alyssa in bed, and the bridesmaids, they run and they jump into her bed. Now, I have a problem with that. The producers make all the daggone bridesmaid run into the bride's room and jump on her bed. Like all women act that way. Women don't act that way. I want to see the groomsman run into the groom's room and jump on his bed. All women don't act that way. Most women don't act that way. So come on, cut it out. Piss me off. I don't like that. And Alyssa talking about, I hope he's hot. That's all she cares about. She don't care if he's kind, if he's considerate, he's respectful. She just, I hope he's hot. Yeah, that's what she wants. She wants somebody who's hot, who will call her up on their way home and say, I ain't coming home. I ain't marrying you. Don't cook no food. I'm not coming back. Goodbye. That's what she wants. That's what she wants. That's what her other boyfriend did. I don't care about nothing. All she wants is someone who's hot. That's it. So Alyssa said she puts into the universe what she wants. She said if she didn't think that this would work out, she feels as though her gut would tell her. If this wasn't going to work out, her gut would tell her that it wasn't going to work out. And she's usually right. That's what she said. Alyssa gets a note and a gift from Chris. She was reading the note, but then she got emotional, so then her bride's maid decided to read it for her. And then she yells at him saying, nobody talks to me, because she was getting emotional. So then the bridesmaid reads the note for her. And we didn't see her open up the gift. I want to see what the gift was, but, we never got to see the gifts. She's so emotional and obnoxious. Then when she went like this, she was laying back wiping her eyes. I saw that she had a pineapple tattooed to her arm. And I'm wondering, is that her favorite fruit? Or she just tattooed a pineapple here because she's a prickly person. You know how pineapples are prickly at the top? She's a prickly person. That's why she got that tattoo there. Because why would you have a pineapple tattooed here? Why? She's just a prickly person. That's why. Anyway, that's my take on it anyway. Anyway, we didn't see her open up the gift. And I wonder what it was. And Melissa said she is walking herself down the aisle because she's not going to let her father do it because he has back problems. Well, then, if your father has back problems, let your mother do it. No, she wants to walk down by herself because that's just the type of diva she is. Okay? So then we see her putting on her hideous gold cowboy boots. They're ugly. They're the ugliest things I ever saw. And then we saw Chris walking towards the altar, and his vest doesn't look like it fits him well all the way. We see like a space where the V at the end of the vest come. We see like his tummy might be sticking out a little bit. That didn't look nice. That didn't fit him well. And Chris walks down the aisle with his mother, and I thought that was nice. I like that. So Alyssa is talking to the camera, and she says she wants someone with nice teeth. And then the producers or the people who edit the thing, show Chris smiling with his teeth yellow and all, not straight, a little bit crooked. I can't talk about anybody's teeth. My teeth, they're far apart. I went to the dentist 2 weeks ago, and the dentist told me that my teeth are leaning this way. So he said he's gonna fix my gum problems. I have some gum problems. Matter of fact, I have to go to the dentist on today's Friday. I have to go to I have a dentist appointment on Monday. He's gonna fix. I have some gum problems issues that he needs to fix. He said he's gonna fix that, 2 treatments of that, and then he's gonna send me to an orthodontist to get my teeth straightened. That's what he told me. He said if you were 84, I wouldn't say that, but you're not 84, so yeah, we're gonna get those teeth straight. That's what he told me. Get out of here. So I can't talk about anybody's teeth. Okay, I can't do it. But yeah, then she said, "Is there a dentist in the house?" The nerve of that. I have pictures of her. I have some pictures, but I don't know. My pictures are all over the place. Anyway, where her nose is like this. Alyssa's nose is like this. The nostrils aren't that open, like this. And right here hangs down like this. And you can see it's like an extra piece of nose. I have a picture of it. Alyssa, is there a rhinoplasty surgeon in the room? You asking for a dentist? I think you need a rhinoplastic surgeon. That's what you need. So don't do that. The nerve of her. Is there a dentist in the house? And she wants someone with nice teeth. Teeth can be fixed easily. Teeth can be fixed lickety split. So if you have a problem with his teeth, that can be taken care of. Okay, so just relax, just chill out. Talking about, ooh, I didn't like that. I didn't like it one bit. Is there a dentist in the house? All right. Okay, so she walks down the aisle and Chris is all smiles. When he sees her, he's all smiles because he thinks she's gorgeous. He thinks she's beautiful. So when she gets up to him, she goes, "I'm nervous." And he tells her he likes her ridiculously ugly bouquet. I'm saying it's ridiculously ugly. He didn't say that. He said he likes her bouquet. And when she walked down the aisle, she was holding up her dress too. Holding the bouquet and holding up her dress. That's not a good look. Anyway. He says her dress is beautiful. And she says, "Did you see my boots?" And she showed him her boots. And he lies. That's why I said it should be called Lies, Pants on Fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Because he says, when she shows him her boots, he laughs and he says, "Those are awesome. I love those. Those boots are hideous." Chris, stop lying. You think they're the worst thing you ever saw, just like me. Come on, stop lying. Okay, so the officiant reads. Now, usually the officiant will read bios from the friends and family of both the bride and the groom. Alyssa, he did not say this. The officiant did not say these are what Alyssa's friends and family thinks of her. And no, he just starts reading what Alyssa wrote. And you know what? I can't fault her for that. I don't think I would rely on my friends and family to write things about me. I think I want to write my own. But yeah, I think she wrote her own because he never said this is what Alyssa's friends and family says about her. He didn't say that. But anyway, he reads, some of her good qualities. I can't even remember what he said. Then he read the things that Mark's friends and family said about him. Did they write his too? I don't know. But anyway, he read that. Then he read their vows. See what happens. And Mark read his vows. Mark read his vows from a book, not a folded up piece of paper like everybody else did. And I like that because a folded piece of paper, they can easily throw that away whenever. A book is something you keep. A book is something you keep. A notebook is something you keep. I have plenty of notebooks I write in all the time. So I like the fact that he read his vows from a notebook. Now Alyssa, she takes her vows out of her side boob, folded, unfolded, and read it. She thought she was being cute and original and different. But no, she just looked like Angela from 90 Day Fiancé, who keeps her wallet and her phone and her money in her bra. That's who she looked like. Tacky. That looked tacky, Alyssa. Tacky. Think about stuff. I had nowhere to put it. You could have given it to your bridesmaid, and then when you're ready for it, they hand it to you. You read it, and then you fold it back up, and you hand it back. I didn't have nowhere to put it. That looked tacky. Don't do that. She thought she was being different and original. No, get out of here. Anyway, what happened next? Okay, then they smashed glass. She smashed glass with them ugly cowboy boots, and he pronounced them man and wife. And when they're walking back down the aisle, she forgot her bouquet. So she's walking down the aisle. They're not even really holding hands. She just got her hand resting in his hand like this. And he is smiling from ear to ear. And she has no expression on her face. No expression on her face whatsoever. That girl ain't happy. I knew she wasn't going to find him attractive. Now, I'm saying he's not attractive. I'm saying she wasn't going to find him attractive. Oh, after they pronounced the man and wife, he asked her if it's okay to kiss her, and she kissed him. It was a kiss like this. But she kissed him. They both had their lips closed. But she did. She kissed him. Put her lips on his. She did. Okay, so they walk back down the aisle. She ain't smiling. He's smiling. And later on, we see Chris talking to the cameraman. And Chris, he says he finds her really attractive. He thinks she is beautiful. He says she's fantastic. You just met her, Chris. How is she fantastic? He says she's fantastic. He says she smells good. And he says it seems there's the beginning of some sparks, he says. And they go off by themselves and they're chit-chatting. getting to know each other a little bit. And then we see them taking photos, and then the photographer told her to put her, to lean her head on his on his chest, on Chris's chest. And she said, no, that's not something I would do. You just put your lips on his lips, but you can't put your head on his damn chest. She's ridiculous. She's just too much for me. She said that's where she draw the line. She said she draw the line. She ain't doing that. Okay, so we see Alyssa and Mark. They're sitting at their table and they're eating and talking. And Mark is over the moon. In his confessional, he says, it could be the best first date ever. He said, this could be the beginning of a love story. Amazing love story. Poor thing. What are you talking about? So, of course, the guests start hitting their wine glass for them to kiss. And Alyssa said, I don't succumb to peer pressure. She ain't kissing him no more. That one kiss was at the altar. And I think she was afraid to tell him no because his friends and family was standing right there. I don't know why she kissed him. She could have just said, she's not feeling him. Kiss me on the cheek. But she kissed him on the lips. Anyway, in his confessional, Mark says that he is a relatively affectionate guy. He really wants to kiss his wife, but the last thing he wants is for her to feel uncomfortable. And he says he does not know if he's her type. He knows he's not. She wouldn't kiss him right then and there when they hit the wine glasses, the utensils against the wine glasses. She wouldn't put her head on his chest. So he's getting the vibe that she doesn't like him. He says, I wonder if I'm her type. No other groom said that. No other groom said that. So he goes, it's starting to seep in now. Wait a minute. She don't like me. It's seeping in the back of his mind. She don't like me. Okay. Okay. What did he say? Yeah, he doesn't want to make her uncomfortable, and he does not know if he is her type. And he says, I hope I am, because holy crap, she is beautiful. Anyway, they cut their cake and they're eating cake, and their cake looked so appetizing. Their cake looked the best. It looked like some creamy goodness going on there. I would love about that cake. Cake looks good. So later, Chris goes to talk to Alyssa's mother, and he asks her, did Alyssa say, he asked her if Alyssa said anything good about him. Who asked that? No other groom asked that. No other groom asked that question, but he asked that question. Why? Because in the back of his head, he knows she don't like him. He knows it. So he said, did she say anything nice about me? And the poor mother, what's she going to do? Is she going to say, I'm sorry, she ain't saying nothing nice about you. She can't say that. She doesn't want to hurt his feelings. So she lied. The episode should be called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire. She lied and she said, she likes you. She don't like him, mother. And you know it. So stop with the lies, mother. Why the mother lied? So the mother, she kind of stumbled a little bit, but then she got the lie out. She was, yeah, she likes you. And once the mother told that one lie, the lies kept on coming. She couldn't stop the lies after that. She kept on lying. She said, what did she say? She said, the lies just started rolling off her tongue. She said, Alyssa's mother said, Alyssa is a sweet and kind. She is sweet and kind. That's a lie. When? Where? When did you see her being sweet and kind? Ever. Never. Ever. We saw her at her the bridal shower, sitting in the corner saying, I don't do that. I don't drink. I don't dance. I don't do that. And then we saw her yelling at her bridesmaid, nobody talks to me. Nobody talks to me. And we told her not wanting her father to walk her down the aisle. Talking about he got back problems. Right. And then we see her not kissing Chris when they tap the glass together. I don't succumb to peer pressure. Then when the photographer says, put your head on each other, she goes, I'm not. That's not me. That's not something I would do. When is she sweet and kind? Say, Alyssa is sweet and kind and loves with a big heart. Lies. That's a lie. It's not true. We haven't seen that. When have we seen that? Come on. Then she felt bad about telling lies. She did. So she started trying to tell the truth a little bit. She started telling the truth. She said, if Alyssa has a bad day, stay away from her. She's trying to tell you, And she actually does. She goes, stay away from her. If she's having a bad day, stay away from her. So we got to tippy-toe around Alyssa. Who the hell is Alyssa for you to tippy-toe around? So she told him, if she's having a bad day, stay away from her. She said, don't talk to her. Don't look at her. Just leave her alone. Leave her alone if she's having a bad day. You know? I feel sorry for the mother because the mother she doesn't want to bash her daughter on national TV, but she's trying to, warn Steve, Poor mother. But the mother lied. And the mother said she's a little feisty. She has a tattoo of a pineapple tattooed right here, and a pineapple is prickly. She's a little feisty. She's a lot feisty. Feisty is too nice of a word for her. She's a bitch. I don't even like calling women that, but come on. Anyway, Elisa goes to talk to Chris's groomsmen, and oh my gosh, they bashed the hell out of Chris. These are not his friends. Who are these guys? Where did he find them? Were they just hanging out on the street corner one day and he said, come go to a wedding with me and be my groomsman? Because these are not his friends. The first thing they do is throw shade. One of them said to Elisa, they asked her, what did she think when she first saw Chris? And why did he ask her that? He asked her that because he knows that Chris is not her type. Chris is not good enough for her. She's beautiful as far as they're thinking. She's beautiful and he's not good looking at all. Why would you ask, what did you think of him the first time you saw him? That's shade. His friend was throwing shade. Who does that? And then she's like, I thought he was nice. How do you think he's going to... Nice is a personality trait. It's not a physical trait. So you can't look at somebody and say he's nice. I can't look at a stranger and say that stranger is nice. I have to get to know them first and then say they're nice. He said, what did you think of him when you first saw him? So when you first saw him, you just thought that was nice? No. That's a personality trait. Being nice is a personality trait. A physical trait is he's hot. So what the hell is she talking about? She goes, I thought he was nice. That doesn't make any sense. That's not a physical trait that you can see with your eyes. Anyway, then they said, they basically told her that Chris is condescending and overbearing. That's what they basically told her. Who says that? If my friends were to say that about me, even if I am overbearing and condescending, don't tell my new husband that I'm overbearing and condescending. Don't do that. Even if I am. You're my friends. Have my back. Don't do that. Those are not his friends. He's probably jealous that he has somebody that good looking and he's, they don't think that he's supposed to have someone that good looking. Oh my God. Because they ain't seen no ring on their fingers. They probably single too. But yeah, they threw him under the bus. They say women are jealous and catty and bitchy. No, men are too. They are too. So we see Chris talking to Alyssa. What do you want to call her, Alicia? Elisa's bridesmaids. More lies, more lies, more lies. They tell him that Elisa does not go for nice guys. Well, they're trying to tell the truth. They're thinking he's a nice guy, and they're saying she doesn't go for nice guys. So they're trying to warn him that you're not her type, Chris tells them that he's an asshole. So now he's trying to conform his personality to who he thinks she wants him to be. Come on, Chris, stop it. So, he knows that she doesn't like him. Because first he's gonna ask the mother, did she say anything nice about me? Now he's asking the friends, did she say anything good about him? And first he wants to ask the mother. He asked the mother, did she say anything good about him? Now he's asking the bridesmaid, do you think she likes me? Why would you ask them that? What are they gonna say? I'm sorry, she don't like you. No, they're not gonna say that. They goes, more lies. They goes, yeah, she like you. Who wouldn't like you? That sounds like a puppy with a missing ear. Oh, he's so cute, but who wouldn't like him? Yes, she like you. I mean, who wouldn't like you? That's what they said to her. To him, lies. More lies. But why would he ask that question? Because in the back of his mind, he knows she don't like him. What has to happen? Okay, so one of the bridesmaids said, she takes a little bit of work and she probably won't want to sleep. And she probably would want to sleep by herself. That's what you know what? I think Alicia told the bridesmaid to go over and tell him that. Tell him I'm not sleeping with him tonight. And she takes a little bit of work and she probably wants to sleep by herself. And Chris says, forever? She told that bridesmaid to go over there and say that. Tell him I'm sleeping by myself. I'm not sleeping with him tonight. Because where did that come from? Where? And then they said, one of the bridesmaids said that with physical attraction, just take it as it comes. Which means don't touch her. If she don't touch you, don't touch her. That's what that tells me. With physical attraction, just take it Just take it as it comes. What does that mean? Don't touch her unless she touch you. That's what that means to me. And then the bridesmaid says she might be a little standoffish. Might. She is standoffish. Poor Chris. He looks like he wants to cry. He knows that girl don't like him. He knows it. So Chris and Alisa are leaving. They are not walking together. She's walking ahead of him. They're not holding hands. I don't even know if that's her husband anymore because she's just walking ahead of him. And he's behind her walking. And they get into the back of a pickup truck. And I know that's Alicia's idea because she likes that country feel. Riding down a dirt road in the back in a country vehicle, in a pickup truck. Ridiculous. And she scoots all the way over to the corner with her hand hanging off. She don't want him nowhere near her. She don't want him touching her. Nope. Next, we see Chris sitting in a chair holding a bottle of water. He said he is getting worried. He does not know what's going on. And we don't know what's going on. We hear Alyssa behind some door saying, I hate people who are pushy and condescending. Those are the words his bridegrooms use. So now she doesn't want to be with him. She doesn't want to be in the same bed with him. She doesn't want to be in the same room with him. She doesn't want him anywhere near her. So now she's finding reasons why she wants them to separate her from him. So she's picking any little thing he does and putting that in a little pile and saying, this is the reason I don't want to be around him. If he tries to stifle his sneeze, oh, he tries to stifle his sneeze. No, I don't want to be around him. If he drinks water and some drops, oh, he's dribbling, he's drooling. No, I don't want to be around him. She's trying to find stupid reasons why she doesn't want to be with him. If I like someone and somebody says he's condescending, Karen, I don't know how you like him, I'm gonna go talk to him and say, I'm gonna talk to him, talk it out, and see what's going on. If I like him and somebody else says something bad about him, I'm gonna find out for true. I'm not gonna say, oh, he's condescending, I'm out, I'm gone, bye. You know what I'm saying? She don't like him, she don't want him, she don't want nothing to do with him. She don't want him nowhere near her. That's the end of that. I knew she wasn't gonna find him attractive. Okay, so what else did she say? Says the producer says, did you see that tonight? And she said his friend straight up told me that's what he does. And that's her perfect excuse as to say, I don't want to be anywhere near him. So she said they were in the elevator and he says, I'm Alyssa's side piece. So what? She says that made her sick. So now she's just taking everything to another level. He just says, I'm her side piece. He is your side piece. Basically, because he's just there, and if you feel like talking to him, you'll talk to him. If you feel like being nice to him, you'll be nice to him. If you like being mean to him, he's just there on the side, ready for any abuse you ready to dish out. He is your side piece. Girl, get out of here. She said, that made me sick. Everything he says, she's going to use against him. Because she doesn't think he's good enough to be her husband. She want the type of man that call her up and say, I ain't coming home. I ain't marrying you. Don't cook me no dinner. I'm done with you. Bye. That's the type of man she want. She She doesn't even know anything about him. She doesn't know if he's kind, considerate, loving, caring, giving. She knows nothing about this man. But because the outside appearance doesn't fit what she wants, oh hell no, she don't want nothing to do with him. She says he's immature. He's immature because he said, I'm Alyssa's side piece, so that's immaturity. Okay, whatever, girl. She said he wouldn't normally be her type. He is not your type at all. And that's why you're single, because you're looking for a pretty face and a pretty body. You're looking for tall, dark, and handsome. That's what you're looking for. That's your type. And your type ain't working for you. Your type treats you like crap. And she said she doesn't feel comfortable sleeping in the same room as him. Not the same bed, the same room. She don't want him nowhere near her. Nowhere near her. I wonder how this is going to affect his real estate business. I don't know if he has his business on this by himself, or if he works for a firm or whatever. But if I were looking for a realtor, there's 1,000,001 realtors out there. I don't think I would choose him. But that has nothing to do with him. I don't know. I wonder how it's going to affect his career. His sex life or his romantic life, it might affect him in a good way, because people will feel sorry for him. Women will feel sorry for him and say, oh, she don't want him, I'll take him. So that might affect him in a good way. So Chris, keep your head up, baby. Keep your head up. Alyssa said she does not see one characteristic in him that she asks for. Of course not, because you and Chris are the scapegoat this season. It was Paige and what's the other guy named? Paige and somebody, I can't remember his name. And the last episode, it was the lady with the red hair, the frumpy looking girl. She was the scapegoat because they knew her husband wasn't going to find her attractive. She was frumpy. And they knew that guy wasn't going to find Paige attractive because he wanted somebody pretty. And they gave him someone dark skinned who looked like a normal person out here. She wasn't no centerfold model. She was a regular person out here. And, she wasn't the type of, she was dark skinned with a little bit of chunk on her. She wasn't no centerfield model with the cheekbones and the perfect everything and the perfect body. And she was a regular person you see out on a regular day when you go to the supermarket. And that's not what he wanted. He wanted a centerfold. So they knew Paige wasn't the man for her. They knew the frumpy girl with the red hair last season wasn't the man for, those were the scapegoat. And this season, you and Chris are the scapegoat. They knew you guys weren't going to get along. They knew that. They have to pick people who they know is going to get along. They have to pick people who they know is not going to get along. They have to do that because that makes the show interesting. So she said he doesn't have any of the characteristics she asked for. So the producer tell her to go outside and talk to Chris. So she goes out there and she talks to him. She apologized for letting him sit out there. That's the nicest thing I've ever seen her done so far. She apologized for having him sit out there. The producer probably told him, you need to apologize to him. So she apologized for that. And then she just says, well, I heard things that I don't set right with me. And he apologizes. And he don't know what the hell he's apologizing for. He said, do you want to talk about it? What? She goes, no, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to go to bed. Bye. And she gets up and she walks out. And he's sitting there with his hand in his head like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's happening? He don't know. He still don't know what's happening. Still don't know what's going on. Anyhow, this is the end of my review for Married at First Sight. I will be back next week with another review. I can't wait to see what happens next week. If you would like to see more of my videos, please like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.